as you just walk back, and then you could find that space of stillness and just hold for a couple seconds. You can move around while you're holding, just to find that sweet spot of space. Take a couple breaths here, give you a minute. You're like, Dani, why am I doing this? Because you're staring intently at the screen, so hyper focused on numbers and visuals of graphs of the charts that it is incredibly rewarding for the body, the mind, the spirit to take a step back and stretch. And especially even though your arms are long above your head, that's the key. Quite often we don't trade, at least in front of the screens, with our arms above our heads. Now on the floor was a different circumstance, right? Okay, so then walk yourself back into where you're standing and just notice how you feel. Do you feel a little bit different? Do you feel like you created space? Do you feel like you could use more time in that? Okay, so then now I want you to take a different shape with your body. So step away from the table, step away from the desk, wherever you're at, to give yourself space. And I want you to bend, tilt your chin towards your chest and slowly bend your knees and roll all the way down so you're in a forward fold. Now I can't do it because then you wouldn't be able to hear me, but slowly you can widen out your legs to hip distance apart. You're like, Dani, I didn't sign up for this, but actually you did. You showed up. So I appreciate that. I'm grateful for you. I'm sure your body's grateful for you doing this and showing up as well. And as you hang lower with your head lower than your heart, just allow the blood flow. Again, this is for educational purposes. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. If you want to do it on your own time, go ahead and do it on your own time. You can sway back and forth. If you're familiar with yoga poses and this forward fold, you want to go deeper into the forward fold, surely you can interlace your hands behind your back and draw your arms up over your head. I do have a yoga teacher background, as well as a trader, as well as many other things, but we'll go into that in another time. And then release your arms and keep continuing to bend your knees. Slowly roll up, as they say, one vertebrae at a time. So we're just rolling down and rolling back up. So coming out of a forward fold. And then once you come out of your forward fold, roll your shoulders up and around your back. You can shake your arms out and then go ahead and have a seat. Slatitude, I don't know which instructions you want me to repeat, but certainly I'll put them up on the website so you can roll through them, no pun intended, yourself. Okay, so when you have a seat, we're going to start with breath work. And just notice as you have a seat or you're standing, you're back to your original spot before we started. How do you feel? Any different? We're looking for change, good change in the body. Not significant change, but small shifts. And of course, we'd love significant change and, outcomes, of course. But we're just looking for tiny shifts. Awesome. Thank you for the confirmation. Okay, so let's begin the breath work. Today, I wanted to focus on the physiological side. This is about the quickest way to get into the parasympathetic system, which is your rest and digest or rest and recover. This is as traders, when we're up, when we're down, and we're up and are down, and we're in the trade, we're out of the trade. And even if you're a super mindful trader and you only put on 1 or 2 trades, we still jam up the nervous system and still bring it down. The goal is to maintain this homeostasis of ease. And we do this with our breath. And this is just another exercise that I thought would benefit you as well as myself. So it's the physiological sigh. And what it is you inhale through your nose. We're doing this for 3 seconds. And then you're going to fill up your chest. Thanks, Marlon. And when you fill up your chest, then you're going to take another inhale, a tiny, tiny inhale more, fill up your belly. So this not only fills up your lungs, but also fills up the alveoli into the bottom sacs of your lungs to ignite the parasympathetic rest and digest system in the body. Okay. And then you're going to let a long exhale out. So it's 3 seconds, 3 seconds, 6 seconds, exhale. Okay. We're going to go through 10 rounds. It seems like a lot. We're going to go slow. I have this on the Trade Anchors website. Here we go. I'll show you how to access it after we're done with the exercise. But certainly it's interactive, and I'll show that to you as well when we're done. So let's get started. So find your comfortable seat. And throughout this process, if you need to change positions and situate yourself even more for comfort, then go ahead and do so. There's absolutely zero wrong way or right way in this scenario. This is your way. Okay. So find that comfortable seat. Your shoulders are relaxed. Your body should have a little bit more space. And then go ahead, close your eyes. And if closing your eyes is just a little bit too discomforting for you, then go ahead, soften your gaze. So leave your eyes open and then just soften them. So not as intent and focused as when you stare at the screens. So just soften your gaze or close your eyes. Let's take 3 long breaths. Inhale through your nose and then exhale side out. 2 more times. Breathe in through your nose. Exhale it out. 1 more time. Breathe in through your nose. Exhale it out. And just take stock at what's happening in your body. Do you feel even more relaxed than you did before? And let's start that physiological breath. So inhale through your nose, fill up only your chest. Take another inhale, fill up your belly. And then 6 count exhale. I'll count 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll pause for 3. Great job. Notice if you lose count, that's a-okay. That's your body further relaxing. Awesome. If your mind wanders, fantastic. That's allowing your body to relax, your mind to relax. Get yourself more present, more grounded in your space. Second round, inhale through your nose, fill up your chest. Inhale again, fill up your belly. Exhale 6 counts. That's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Round 3. Inhale through your nose, fill up your chest. Inhale through your belly, fill up. Exhale 6 counts. That's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Fourth round. Inhale through your nose, fill up your chest. Inhale through your nose, fill up your belly. Exhale 6 counts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Round 5. Inhale through your nose, fill up your chest. Inhale through your belly, fill up. Exhale 6 counts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Halfway through, take inventory. How are you feeling? Okay, round 6. Inhale through your nose, fill up your chest. Inhale through your nose, fill up your belly. Exhale 6 counts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Round 7. Inhale through your nose. Inhale, fill up your chest. Inhale through your nose, fill up your belly. Exhale for 6 counts. You know, I don't need to count anymore. Pause. Last 3 rounds. Round 8. Inhale through your nose, fill up your chest. Inhale through your nose, fill up your belly. Exhale for 6 counts. Pause. Round 9. Inhale through your nose, fill up your chest. Inhale through your nose, fill up your belly. Exhale for your 6 counts. Pause. Last round. Inhale through your nose, fill up your chest. Inhale through your nose, fill up your belly. Long exhale, 6 counts. Pause. Return to your normal breath. Keep your eyes closed. Notice what's happening in your body. Do you feel different? I know we've done a lot. We've stretched, we've used our breath. Now it's time to take inventory within your body. We'll start at the toes. Just notice any energetic movement in your toes. You may even want to wiggle them. Go to the tops of your feet, the bottoms of your feet. Your ankles. I'm going to give you about 2 minutes just to tune into your feet, because really your feet are super, super important. They hold up the entire body. And it's not often we take a moment to pay attention outside of putting on our shoes, getting pedicures, putting on socks. Maybe when we're running, you pay attention to your feet, walking maybe. But in a sitting still moment, just tune in. As you sit relaxed and focus on your feet, you may even see some colors. You may feel vibrations. And as I said before session, come with non-judgmental self. Just be the observer. The more we can do it with ourselves, the more we can do it as we trade with the market. We come with that same observation sense, without judgment, without opinion, without bias. We're moving up the legs. Let's take a look, an inward look at our shins, our calves, our knees, fronts, backs, sides. And the calves, they say, are the second heart. Much like the gut is the second brain. Quite possibly the first brain. Tune in. What's happening? happening in the muscles and the tendons, in the veins, the ligaments? What's going on? Your shins, the bones, the cells. Can you tune in? Can you call those items out to allow your body to feel gratitude that the human being it cases, the soul that it cases, is actually paying attention to these parts? Moving up to the quads, hamstrings, hips. Just tune into the sensations. If you start to feel tension, I know that when I'm standing and I'm in a trade, quite often my quads and my glutes tense. So I'm always working to keep my body relaxed. Those are the first things that tense up. Not every trade, but often enough that I've observed it, I'm aware of it. So tune into the body, front, side, back, adductors, abductors, right? Your inner thighs, your IT bands. You can go as deep as you'd like, the meniscus, the whole thing, all your bones. If you're familiar with the body in the structures, then go ahead, call it out, name it, send some energy to it. And while you're tuning in, can you also feel the sensation of softening? It's like that reciprocity of appreciation between the mind, body, and soul, all one. Okay, moving up to below the belly button and your lower back, front, sides, back. So your intestines, your organs. And throughout this process, maybe you've found a need to take a yawn, a deeper breath. That's energy moving. And quite often when we get to the midsection of our body, we start to hear grumblings. Maybe the stomach or the liver start to make noise. That's also an energetic release. Quite often my favorite ones. If you're sitting, maybe you're even drawn to lengthen out your spine a little bit more and you hear a pop or two. Also a good sign. Moving up from the lower belly to above your belly button. Let's just take the torso portion, so mid-back as well. So just the space above your belly button and below where your rib cage meet. When's the last time you paid attention to that area? And then moving up to the heart center, your chest, your shoulders, your upper arms, your elbows, your lower arms, your wrists, your hands, tops, palms, bottoms, fingertips. So take that whole upper portion of your torso, let's say, and just tune in there. Can you feel your heart energy as it extends? So they say, energy comes from any which way within our body, but quite often the heart energy, as we sit or we stand in front of our screens, our heart energy is directly in line with our screens. So go ahead and bring that energy back in. And that same heart energy then extends out our arms through our palms. And so that's why if you've ever been around a child and let's say the child falls, and you rush over to the child and you put your hand on your child because you're love, you don't want that child to hurt. So that love from that heart space comes down your arms, out your hands, straight onto that boo-boo. So that's what you're doing with your heart energy. See if you can feel that. Rest assured, your body appreciates the work that you're doing here. And then tune in, moving on to your neck, right? So if you're feeling familiar with the chakra system, throat chakra, so this is your voice. Tune into your thyroid, your glands, your muscles, that big vagus nerve, both sides, your SEM, right? The back of your neck. And just take a moment. So in East Asian medicine, they call the neck the gate of heaven, right? So the gateway between your head and your body. It's always interesting what thoughts pop in your mind when you're doing this work. Without judgment, the non-conscious can release. I did say non-conscious. And then moving up from the neck into the face and the head. So we'll start with your chin, your jaw. So why don't you go ahead and drop your bottom teeth away from your top teeth and allow your tongue to relax away from the roof of your mouth. You'll say, how'd you know? Because I know, I do it myself. And notice when you relax your jaw, your shoulders may even drop even further down your back. And your cheeks soften, your lips soften, your ears soften, and your muscles behind and around your eyes, with your eyes closed, you can feel them softening and widening. Maybe even your brows, you can feel them relax even further. Maybe that furrow, or as we women call them, our 11s. Maybe that softens. An upper forehead, and then tune into your scalp and see if you can relax your scalp and notice what happens. So I tend to feel it in the middle of my back. So it's just a snowball effect, a chain reaction of the body when it's tuned into. And tune into your brain, the cells of your brain, all the tiny things that go on. I'm not. And then go ahead on the top of your head, the crown of your head, and the outside of your entire body. Notice the difference in how you feel. We'll take a couple more minutes here. One more minute as you slowly start to reintegrate yourself back into your office, the room in which you're sitting. Maybe you're even outside. And start to notice any sounds, any smells. You can flutter your eyes open. Maybe the lights seem brighter, the colors seem brighter. And take a deep breath in. And open your mouth and exhale it out. Sigh it out 2 more times. Inhale through your nose, big breath in, fill up your entire body. Exhale it out, sigh it out. Make an audible noise. One more time, breathe in. Exhale it out, let it go. All right. I hope you guys feel the difference. And thank yourselves for showing up to do this type of work. It's not always easy by any means to take a day to really focus on your breath, focus on your body, and even just to pause to reground. We think we're grounded. We come into the screens, and for one reason or another, we may shift off balance. And these are opportunities and tools to remind you that you have them in your back pocket. They cost nothing for you to rebalance yourself and bring yourself back to homeostasis. Any questions before we start with the lesson? I know sometimes it's hard to reintegrate, so please drink water, and maybe we should do the lessons beforehand, but we'll see how it goes. So Slatitude, I'm not familiar with that at all, the 30 watts. Do you mean watts or hertz? I mean, as a former craniosacral therapist, I would, in treatment, I would ask the brain, but I don't know offhand for sure. But I would have a lot of questions if I were in a hands-on session. Okay, everybody here, how we doing? You ready to jump in? Good to go? All right, so let's just take the website. Thanks, Latitude. I appreciate you answering. Let's take a look. Let's see how to access this information. We'll just quick reminder. So the website is tradeanchors.com. And all you need to do is click Get Your Free Worksheet to access all the tools that I've created for you guys. I think I'm still working on the organization of it, but you can access everything that you need here. They're tools. They're not going anywhere. They're free. You're welcome. Thanks, Billy D. All right, so this is where you access. So today's session, the physiological sigh, is right here under Mindset and Markets. Mindset and Awareness, just below Markets and Mindset. Okay, so again, it's just tradeacres.com. Let's do that. Click on Get Your Free Worksheet, and you could drop down. There's all kinds of awesome tools. Use them, leave them, take what resonates. It's up to you. All right, so I created what's not on the toolbox. I created, let's see if can you guys see this clearly? Okay, awesome. All right, so I took my trades from Thursday and I put them into, I always grade my trades. I've graded my trades from the start. Not all the time do I pay attention to it, but it's becoming more evident that it's necessary now in this position. So I wanted to run through some more behaviors, not looking at the P&L, although the P&L is there. This is an evaluation account that I'm trading. The focus obviously is consistency. It's a 100K account, so it's a 6,000 profit goal and a $3,000 drawdown. So consistency is key, and I typically use I use the consistency, the max consistency, as a profit goal. But I'm really right now focused on process and my own process, as I feel as though right now I've gathered as many things as I need to really move forward. So perhaps you feel the same way. Maybe you're testing out a new strategy, whatever the case may be. So I threw my trades from Thursday. Now, I caught quite a bit of it, but not all of it, because I stopped after the morning. And I wanted to show you, so the grading system, I have 2 or more levels aligned of my indicators. That's an A trade. And right now I have them at 3. I've upped it to eliminate some of this behavior, as which you'll see as I continue to talk. So a B trade is a single level, and C trade is no level present. So which I tend to, and we'll see, you'll see. Wow. Let's just go through it. So total trades 27. I err on the side of a scalper, a position scalper. I've been trading since 98. And I used to trade thousands on the computer when minis were just starting out, and we still were able to trade the bigs. It's scaled back considerably. I still have days where I'm trading more than I'd like. 27 is still a lot. But it's okay for today. All right, so as you can see, my totals are 27 trades, 2 A trades, 6 B trades, and look at this. This is what I want to really talk about, these C trades. So no indicator is present. So if 0 indicators, I also have a rule, a regulation is 3 attempts to a level and I'm done, and I let go. And sometimes I come with too much force. I have a tendency to be a little bit too aggressive in my trading. And this is where all the meditation and the body scan work that we do before comes into play, so we can be super aware of ourselves and present and grounded when we're trading. So you can see that if I have 19 C trades, am I really that grounded? Am I really that aware? Probably I could do better. So, all right. So look at this. I have a B trade to start off, and I follow it with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 C trades. All right, we're talking no level is present. So not only did I break my rule of 3 attempts per level, I added 2 more on top of it. And on top of which, I usually have a stop loss of 160 on my trades. So look at that behavior. Not great. Now, is that, could the market be moving fast and I'm trying to move with it? Sure, likely not. I should have actually stopped after this first C trade. And I don't know if I'm sharing this and this is helping you guys. I hope this helps. Great. Okay. I hope this helps. So if you have questions as I'm going through this, then please go ahead and ask. I'm happy to answer, okay, as best I can. All right, so should I have stopped after that first C trade of a 270 debit? Yes, of course. I had no level. I took more than I wanted to on my stop loss. It's sloppy. I'm hyper-focused. It's 9:35. Okay, all right, so I continued on. Okay, and in the middle, even notice this, I flip bias. So that's also a strike. Like if I were present, yeah, thank you. If I were super present, could the market be reversing at that period of time? Sure, but am I pushing? Am I internally forcing it? 100%. I'm already on my 5th C trade. So actually there are 7 there. I'm not laughing. There's 8. including the profit. All right, so looking at that, that's the first section. So when I look at that, I'm like, I'm not looking at this. I'm looking at these, right? I know my strengths. I know that I can let runners run. I know I can add on in a profit. I know I can scale out. Those skills I've built over years. What my skills that I'm still working on is this block of C trades that really do not make sense. I'm grading my trades. So up here, fill AD, I have it set that my A trades are 2 or more indicators that I'm leaning on are my A trades. So if I have 2 indicators that are supporting my reason for executing a trade, that's an A trade, regardless of outcome. A B trade is 1 level, where I'm like, it's somewhat of a feeler trade. There's a level, could go either way. I'm going to feel it out. I'm confident either way I can handle it. We used to call them feeler trades. Yeah, okay. And C trade, no level. And so for me, I can tell you that also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 8 C trades is so much better after all these years. All right, so then I take a long B trade. I ride the winner, okay? And then look what happens, which I'm also known to do. And I say known to do because I know these are my weaknesses as a trader, and I've been doing it a really long time. And so, you know, I hope in this venture that as I'm sharing this with you, it's also holding me super accountable, more accountable than ever, even through all the mentorships that the mentor sessions that the people that have come to me and I've supported. This is holding me to the highest of accountability in watching these C trades, because this isn't good enough for me anymore. And what my goals are ahead in my future, you know, in my 1-year goal, my 5-year goal, my 10-year goal, this behavior needs to get out of here. All right. So after I take a long winner, a good winner, I think, then I go back to my C trades, trying to force no level. Now, we can say 3, 6, 7 is better than 8, right? Okay. But do you think I was aware? No. All right, so my highest loser, did I have a good stop? I managed that properly. So way better than these ones up here, okay? But still, am I present in that moment? I just took a great profit. Why do I even have to jump back in? I don't. I should pause. I should wait. Likely so, the market is recalibrating. All right. So you can see, like, I didn't need to take, these guys are 10 seconds apart, really. So if I had waited basically 1 minute, I could have saved myself all of this and then added this massive one, right? Okay, so these are the concepts that I'm working with that I believe in. You grade your trades. Yeah, exactly. 8 trades in 1 minute. This is my scalper mentality that has existed since 98, that I'm trying to get out of here, right? No, it has no space for this behavior anymore, okay? Yeah. And then there you go. So, and then there's a bunch of C trades down here too. So 5. So 5 is better than 7, is better than 8. All right. So this was Thursday. And if you, and I think I've shared this before, that when I was trading, when I first started trading, I was trading on a split, and then I went and my dad had a clearing firm, and I cleared my dad. I managed his trading floor as well as traded for myself. And so My dad would look at my trades and say, I can't, like, how does this even happen? You have way more losers than winners, and you're always ending up positive for the day. And that's because of this. And mind you, this is nothing. I mean, it's something, right? And again, I'm sharing this to help you guys that it makes no sense to behave like this. And it's super costly. Okay, so we good with this day? Any questions? Okay, thanks, Latitude. Let's look at today, this morning. Oh, Philly D, you're good? Or you have a question, another question? Forever, since I was 10. But a trading journal. A trading journal I've been keeping and grading my trades. I mean, grading my trades, I would say, since I started Trade Anchors. Now, I would review my trades every day for years, but I wouldn't grade them and look at them in this fashion for sure until probably I created Trade Anchors. And it's in the concept guide on the website as well. I'm not going to tell you what indicators. I mean, I could share the indicators that I can use. But it doesn't make sense. What makes sense for me is to help you guys get through this type of behavior. If this behavior is in you, not all traders trade this way. But if it happens, you can think back and say, oh yeah, this is exactly what Dani's talking about. And this is the exact day we actually did the physiological side breath work. And then we did a body scan. And maybe I'm going to go back and use those tools to get myself out of this behavior before I get myself into a worse jam. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to flip to this morning's trade. Now, Wednesdays, I come in not as relaxed as I would like to be always, just because of this session. And I want to make sure that what I'm teaching you guys and what we're working through is worth your benefit of coming. And so that's always in the back of my mind. So I'm less present than I'd like to be. So I come with a little bit more force. All right. So here's today, 10 trades, 2 A trades, 5 B trades, and 3 C trades, none of which, I'll read it in a second, none of which are massive winners across the board. So we're not looking at outcome per se on P&L, but we're looking at behavior. So look, again, 4 C trades in a row. All right, so the span is about 2.5 minutes. I kept my stop tight. And you can see, I mean, B trades, I took 5 B trades because in that time when I came to the screens, I wanted to trade that 160 level. I've known this entire week, last week, I've been having my eye on that 160 level. And yesterday, and by the way, this is NASDAQ. Sorry, I forgot to say that. I apologize. Hopefully you guys already saw that. But when the low hit yesterday at 210, I, in my head, the 160, we're going to test it. We're going to test it. We're going to test it. And when I missed it overnight, yeah, it's Central Time. When I missed it overnight, of course, I sat down at the screens and I said, oh, of course, I want to take advantage of that. And then I also, the settlement is an anchor, is a strong anchor, a bias for me. So for the last trade and the last couple trades, I was, certainly looking for settlement. But as you can see, like 10 trades, 2 A trades. So still working on being patient for my A trades. And like I said, the grading system here says 2. of my two of my indicators. And right now I'm working with my mentor, and we're working with more indicators need to be present in order for me to execute. I'm looking for an invitation to execute versus just wanting to participate all the time. And I think I addressed it before. It's not so much FOMO. It's not the fear of missing out. It's just wanting to participate all the time. So do you guys have any questions here? No questions? Do you guys like when I do this? Do you think this is valuable for you? Yeah, I'm super fast. I've been fast. And I trade off of a dome. I don't trade off of a chart. I've always traded off of domes, and I only watch best bid, best ask now. I have market depth on one screen, on one platform, and then I definitely and on the valuations and the funded accounts, I only have best bid, best ask. Okay. My go-to indicator, that's a great question. So for sure, hands down, like I said, the settlement gives me my first clue. If it's trading above, I have a long bias. If it's trading below, it's a short bias, period. Until validated either way, right? Okay, beyond that, the 30-second OR, high-low pay lines, fibs, and always high and low of a day, 50% of anything and everything. So day, week, year, quarter, month. I mean, it's pretty simple. But I would have to say wherever settlement is, and then I would say, close this, the 3 p.m. close, and then the 5 p.m. open. They're my first go-to indicators to give me a flavor of what's going on. Yeah, for sure. Okay, gang, any other questions? You can tell me what you see. More stuff you can see, with my trades. I'm happy to talk you through stuff, but I think it's important that you guys see behavior, good and bad. So that you can register in your brains, that's that crazy behavior. That's too many trades in a short period of time. And those are not even, there's no level associated. None of my indicators are showing me this. Why am I even trading? And before you get yourself into that deep hole, you can get up and walk away. This is exactly what Dani was talking about on July 8th. She showed it herself. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because this is how I trail. I'm always looking for 200, 10 points and beyond 10 points. And I'm not afraid to re-enter. Obviously, you see that. But so I can tell you that this is a scalper's mindset that is moving away from a scalper's mindset. And it's hard. So if you are new to trading, bless you. It's the best place to be. But if you are somebody who's been trading for so long and working out the kinks of the scalping mindset, I also know how to position scalp. That is the bread and butter of the trade. However, the C trade behavior is definitely that scalper mindset. And the more present I am when I come to the screens, the slower I am when I come to the screens, the better off I am. And so will you be if you're working on this type of stuff as well. Oh yeah, for sure. 100%. We did not cross paths for nothing. Yeah. Yeah, because how am I supposed to grow beyond this? And that's the whole point, right? To meet yourself at your screen and see your behaviors. Yeah, agreed. Okay, you guys, we have 5 minutes left. Anything else? Is there anything you want me to address next session? Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Delphine. So I used to, when I first came back in 2018, I had every index up because basically the indicators that I use, not basically, all the indicators that I use can be applied to all markets in present and in real time. I mean, and so I would have all indices up. And then I would trade all indices. Yes. So now I've come to the conclusion. No, it's been a while. It's been about 1.5 years that I only trade NASDAQ. I can't. I love S&Ps. I really do. I think it's a fabulous trade, and sometimes I put on a couple. But certainly, it's just. It's not the way it was when I first started, and it feels different to me. So the NASDAQ feels more like where I was and how I was when I first started trading. And I like the number set. I like the way it moves. If that helps you. You want more of the visualization exercises? Okay. I'll definitely go back to that. Maybe I'll take you guys on a little journey next time. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. Thanks you guys for showing up. I appreciate you so much. Please thank yourselves for showing up and doing the work. If you have questions for me offline, you can message me. Otherwise, please take advantage of the tools that are on the website, and have a great day. Enjoy yourselves. Trade well. Take care. Bye-bye.